good morning everyone and welcome to today's class. The last class we were looking at constructions of triangles, which is a lesson from Maths 2. We had completed the lesson. We have completed practice set 1, 2, 3 and then the problem set also. Okay. Let's take a quick recap and then we will start with some extra questions. First thing, this lesson or the constructions are of three types. First type is about the sum, second about difference, and third about perimeter. In sum, we are given one base, one angle, and sum of two sides. In difference, we are given one base, one angle, and difference of two sides. But there are two types in difference. Okay, and perimeter, we are given two angles and the perimeter. Let's look at each construction closely. For first type of construction, that is where the sum is given, the steps to be followed are, first you draw the base, then you draw the angle, then we mark the sum, join and bisect, and finally we join it to the vertex. Okay, so this is how the steps go. First, second, angle, third we mark the sum, fourth join it to the other end and bisect it, and finally we join the vertex to complete the construction. Okay, next is type 2 construction, where we are given the difference. Okay, difference means subtraction, some difference is given. Okay, so let's look at the two types. So first type is, if the left side is greater, then the construction is to be done up. Notice this is greater and this is smaller, greater minus smaller. So in this case, the left hand side is greater, so we do the construction on the upper end, whereas in the second case, first is greater, second is smaller. So AB, look, AB, this side is smaller. So if the left hand side is smaller, we have to do the construction down. Okay, so if left side is smaller, the construction is to be done down. Then we look at the steps for doing the type 3 construction, that is where the perimeter is given and two base angles are given. Okay, so we start with drawing the base, that is the perimeter. Second, we have to half the angles and then do the construction, so using half angles. Next is join the vertex. We join these two half angles to get a vertex. Once you get the vertex, we draw perpendicular bisectors on each. We draw perpendicular bisectors on each, and that gives us two vertices. Okay, vertices on the base, and that is how we complete the construction. Two vertices on the base and then joining them to the top vertex, that completes the construction. Now let us move to do some extra questions. Okay, like there are some different type of questions also which may be asked in your exam. So let's see what are the other type of questions which are expected. Okay, so here is the first question. Even though it looks very simple, but this can be asked for 1 mark. Okay, so this question can be asked for 1 mark. Yes, draw a line of 110, draw an angle of measure 110 degrees and bisect it. Okay, so please try to understand. Here we are going to learn how to bisect an angle. Okay, so the concept here is how to bisect an angle. Okay, so first thing is you draw a random base, because to draw angle we need a base. Okay, so here you can see, you can draw any random base, and then on one end you have to draw 110 degrees. So here this point is 110. Okay, join and extend. So that's the angle 110. Okay, you can just label it. This is 110. Maybe you can label it like this, ABC. So angle ABC is 110. So step 1, we have to draw angle ABC, which is 110 degrees. Okay, now step 2, with the help of a compass, we have to take some length. Okay, now it can be It can be any length, okay, some length, but we have to keep the distance same. Okay, so keeping the distance same, you have to draw two arcs, one on each arm, okay, arm of the angle. BC and AB are the arms. So take some distance and we have to draw two arcs on each arm. So step 2, draw arcs on AB and AC. Okay, so see, notice here I have drawn first arc on BC. Now I'll draw one arc on AB. Like this. Okay. Step 3. Using these arcs, get a point. Okay. So what are we going to do now? We use this distance and place the steel point on the arc. So using these two arcs, now we are going to place the steel point on these two arcs and get 1 point. Okay, so here you will draw arcs like this over here. Okay, so here I have drawn one arc. Now place the steel point on the other arc and cross the arc out, cross the earlier arc out. So here we are crossing it in such a way so that we get a point. Okay, so this point, you join the point B to this point and extend. That is your angle bisector. Okay, so last, fourth step. Join B to the new point. And that is the angle bisector. Okay, so here we join it like this. And you have to draw arrowheads, of course. So this is the angle bisector, and maybe you can name it BM. So in this case, BM is the angle bisector. Okay, so once again, I will repeat the steps. First step is to draw the base. You draw any random base and then draw an angle ABC, which is of measure 110 degrees. Okay, then you have to draw arcs on both the arms, that is AB and BC. So place the steel point here on B and draw two arcs. Okay, then using the same distance, or you can change the distance, that doesn't matter. But for drawing these pink arcs, again, you have to keep the distance same. Okay, so place the steel point on the blue arc and then draw arcs to cross it out. This point joining with point B gives us the angle bisector. That was the first question. Let us look at another question. Draw segment AB of 7.2 centimeters and bisect it. So in this case, we have to start with drawing out a 7.2 centimeter segment. So here, with the help of ruler, let's draw a 7.2 centimeters segment. So starting at 0, 7.2 is over here. Okay. And then once again, 7.2. Okay. And now we have to bisect it. So how do we bisect? Place, maybe I will write it out. I'll write out the name here. So this is this point is A, this point is B, and the length is 7.2 centimeters. Okay. So here we place the steel point on point A, take more than half distance, and now you have to, using the same distance, we have to draw 4 arcs. 2 on top, 2 on bottom. Okay. So using the point A, we have to draw 2 arcs, one up and one down. Okay, it will take some time for me. Yes. So like this, here we have drawn 2 arcs. Now place the steel point on point B and cross out those 2 arcs. So notice we're going to cross out the arcs like that. Okay, you have got 2 points. Joining these 2 points, we get the perpendicular bisector. So joining these 2 points, we have got the perpendicular and bisector. Fine. So what are the steps? First one, draw AB, which is equal to 7.2 centimeters. Then take more than half distance. In compass, right? And draw arcs. We draw arcs on both the ends. Fine. So crossing out the arcs, you see we get 2 points. Joining the points, we get the perpendicular bisector. Now perpendicular bisector bisects the line segment. So don't worry about that. Okay, so you would be like in question, why are we drawing perpendicular bisector? It's the same thing. Bisecting, it means what? Breaking it into two equal parts, and a perpendicular bisector also breaks it into two equal parts. So we can draw it like that. Let's move on to next question. Question number 3. Construct triangle ABC. Now here we first need to draw a rough diagram. So draw a triangle, label it, label everything what is given in question. So this is triangle ABC, where AB is given to be 4 centimeters. So here AB is given to be 4 centimeters. Angle B, the middle letter, angle B is given to be 60 degrees, and BC is given to be 5 centimeters. Okay, and this is the rough diagram. So we need to mention that this is rough diagram. Okay, now let's do the construction. So what will be the first step? We need to draw the base. So using the rough diagram, we are going to do the construction now. So start with the base, that is 5 centimeters. So here I'm placing the ruler, and you have to draw 5 centimeters line. So here this is 5 centimeters. Okay, and label it. As soon as you draw it, label it. So point B, this is point C, and this is 5 centimeters. All right. So step 1, we have to draw the base. The base is 5 centimeters. Second, draw the angle. So we have to draw the angle B, which is equals to 60 degrees. So place the protractor on point B like this. And now using protractor, we are going to mark 60 degrees. So we go with the inner marking, that is 0, 10, 20 like this, and there's this 60. So mark a point at 60 degrees and then join and extend, right? So here we are going to join and extend. Okay. So the next step, step 3, once we have got the angle, of course we have to label it. Label it first, draw arrowhead here. And now step 3, we have to draw this 4 centimeter. How are we going to draw it? By marking an arc. Okay, so mark an arc at 4 centimeter from the point B on this line. Okay, so on the ruler, we are going to take measurement of 4 centimeter. So place the steel point on 0 and adjust or take the measure 4 centimeter in it. Okay, so adjust it like this so that the distance is 4 centimeters. Okay, and now place the steel point on point B. Okay, and with the help of 4 centimeter distance, we are going to draw an arc. So mark 4 centimeters on this 60 degree line. This point which we have got is the point A. Okay, so we have got the point A. Joining this point to point C completes the construction. So the last step is join A to C. That completes the construction. Of course, we have to label it here that this is 4 centimeters. Okay, so there are these type of questions also. This can be asked for 2 marks. All right, there can be questions where all the 3 sides are given. Okay, all the three sides are given. Let us look at next question. We start with drawing out a rough diagram. We have to construct triangle ABC. So label it as ABC. I hope you all are drawing it out with me. Okay, do the constructions with me so that you can save your time. No need to do it later. Okay, BC is 7 centimeters. So here we mark or label BC as 7 centimeters. Angle B is given to be 75 degrees. Okay, and the sum is given. What are we given? We are given sum. So which type of question is this? This is the first type of question. Okay, so sum is given to be 9 centimeters. Let's start with the construction. Step 1, we have to draw the base. Step 2, draw the angle. Step 3, mark the sum, right? And then step 4, join it to the vertex. And then step 5, once you join, you need to bisect, correct? So bisect, and finally, once we bisect, we get the point. Again, we have to join 2 points to get the complete triangle. Okay, so let's start with drawing out the base. So base is 7 centimeters. With the help of ruler, notice the sum is 9 centimeters. So we need 9 centimeters space above. Okay, so I'm going to draw it out like this. Start with drawing out the base to be 9 centimeters. I'm sorry, it's 7 centimeters. Base is 7 centimeters. So here, starting from 0, we are marking 7 centimeters. Okay. Label it. So this is BC, that is 7 centimeters. Now angle B is given to be 75 degrees. So mark 75 degrees, it's over here. Okay, okay. So if you notice, that one, just check everyone. So this side, from the point B, it's moving to this side, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So this is the marking for 70 and we need to mark it over here. So this point is 70. Okay. Now join and extend. We need to mark sum on this and our sum is 9 centimeters. Okay. So let's mark the sum. Before we do that, let's label angle B is 75 degrees. And now we need 9 centimeters on the compass. So here, place the steel point on 0 and take the measure of 9 centimeters like this. Okay, I'm going to lock it. Now place the steel point on point B and we have to mark an arc. Okay, so mark this sum 9 centimeters on this line. Okay, like this. So we are marking, and then the next step, we are done with base, we are done with angle, mark the sum. Now we have to join this arc to the vertex. So join this arc to the other vertex C. We can label this as maybe X or M. Let's label it as X. So this is X. So we have to join X to C. Next, we bisect it. How do we bisect? With the help of compass, we need to take more than half distance, right? So taking more than half distance, place the steel point on point C. We are going to bisect XC. All right. So place the steel point on point C and take more than half distance. That's it. Okay. And with the same distance, we have to draw 4 arcs. Perpendicular bisector means 4 arcs. All right. 2 on each side. So mark arcs on each side like this. First arc, and on the other end, this side, that's the second arc. Okay, place the steel point on point X without changing the distance. and we are going to cross out these arcs. So cross out the arcs like this. Yeah. Okay. Cross it out like this. So we have got 2 points, right? Maybe just place it on point C and try to complete this arc. Just check. Okay. The point should be clearly seen. So if you need, you can quickly place it on the other point, place the C point on other point and draw the arcs nicely. Now joining these 2 lines, and we have to extend in such a way so that it intersects the 75 degrees angle line. Okay, so it will intersect the blue line somewhere. All right. So here it is intersecting the blue line at this point. Okay, at this point. And this point is our point A. So mark this as A, and joining A to C, we get the triangle ABC. So that's the triangle. Okay. And now if you add AB and AC, you will accurately get 9 centimeters. Okay. That part is like the verification. If you want, you can verify. You can always show it on your papers also. Verification. Okay. Once again, I'll quickly repeat this process, the steps. First step is to draw the base, that is 7 centimeters. We start with drawing out the base, then draw 75 degrees on point B, and then we mark this sum 9 centimeters over here. Once you do that, you have to join this point to the other end. So X and C we join, and then we bisect it. As soon as you join, bisect it. Okay. So this bisector will intersect the blue line somewhere in this point, and that point is A. So joining A to C, that gives us the triangle ABC. That completes the construction. Okay. Verification part, I leave it to you. You all can check it out. Let's move on to another question. Let's draw the rough diagram first. So we have to do construction for triangle ABC. Let's label it ABC, where the perimeter is given to be 10 centimeters. So perimeter is 10 centimeters. Angle B is 70 degrees and angle C is 50 degrees, right? Now we look at the steps. So step 1, we draw the perimeter as base. Okay, so draw the perimeter as base. Second step, we draw half angles on each end. So half of 70 is 35 degrees and half of 50 is 25 degrees. Okay, so step 2, you have to draw half angles. Step 3, perpendicular bisectors. And step 4, we get the vertices. Okay, join the vertices to get the triangle. Okay, that would complete the construction. Let's start with drawing out the base now. The base is the perimeter. And what is the perimeter? It's 10 centimeters. Okay, so we start with 10 centimeters. There, leave some room on top and bottom also. So somewhere like this over here. Okay. So 10 centimeters line. So you can notice this is 10 centimeters properly. Okay. Next step, we have to label these 2 points. Now these 2 points are not B and C because B and C is 70 and 50 degrees. But we can label something else, maybe X for this and Y for this. So this point is point X and this point is point Y. Let's draw angles. So for point X, we have to draw 35 degrees. Okay, so we mark 35 degrees, 10, 20, 30, and 35 is over here. Okay, so let's join it. Join and extend. So here we are joining and extending it. Next, we draw 25 degrees on point Y. So 25 degrees. Now check, we have to use the upper markings 10, 20, and 25 over here. So that's 25 degrees. And we will join that point to point Y and extend so that the lines meet somewhere. Okay. Draw arrowheads, label, this x is 35 degrees, this y is 25 degrees. Okay, so perimeter is done, half angle is done. Now we have to draw perpendicular bisectors on each side. Okay, this point we have got is point A. Now let's draw the perpendicular bisectors. How do we draw perpendicular bisectors? With the help of compass. Okay, so place the steel point on point A. We are going to draw perpendicular bisector for AY first. Okay, so take more than half distance like this and fix it. We need to use the same distance to draw 4 arcs. Okay, so let's draw perpendicular bisector. With this distance, we are going to draw arcs on both the sides. So one on each side, one is on this side, other on the other side like this. Okay, now place the steel point on the point Y. Without changing the distance, we are going to draw 2 more arcs so that they cross out the earlier ones. Like this, cross out the earlier arcs. Okay, so that gives us a perpendicular bisector for AY. And of course, we have to mark it up. So perpendicular and bisector on AY, that gives us 1 point. So this point is point C. We have got point C. Now we will bisect the other side. Let's bisect XA now. Okay, so place the steel point on the point A and take more than half distance. Okay, so this is full, half is somewhere here, more than half is like this. Okay, so take more than half distance and fix it. We have to draw 4 arcs using the same distance. So drawing out arcs on each side, one over here, one on the other side. Okay, we are trying to bisect XA. Now place the steel point on point X and we have to cross out the arcs. So we cross it out like this. Okay, you can notice that the arc is not getting crossed out. So I'll have to place the point, the steel point back on A and then complete the arc. Fine. So here, these are the 2 arcs, one on each side. Now place the point again on A and try to increase this arc so that it will somewhere cross out. Fine. Okay. Yes. So here I'm going to join it up like this so that the arcs, they get crossed out. Okay. Joining these 2 points and then extending down gives me the other remaining vertex. So this point is point B. Okay. And now we will join the points. So join A to B, A to C, and of course this side together makes the triangle ABC. And we can of course mark it up. Angle B is 70 degrees and angle C is 50 degrees. Okay, that completes the construction. So once again, let's repeat. First draw the perimeter, then draw half angles, then draw the perpendicular bisector. Each perpendicular bisector will give you 1 vertex. Okay, so that's how we get the B and C, point B and point C. Okay, and then joining all of them gives us the actual triangle. That completes the construction. Let us look at one more question. Question number 6. Construct triangle XYZ where YZ is given. So let's quickly draw a rough diagram first. Let's label it XYZ. YZ is 7.4 centimeters. Angle Y is 45 degrees. And we are given difference. Okay, now we know XY will be greater and YZ will be smaller, right? So check XY. This side is given to be greater. When the left side is greater, the construction is going to be on the upper side. Okay, so let's do the construction. What are the steps? Step 1, draw the base. Step 2, draw the angle. Step 3, mark the difference. Correct? Once you mark the difference, you have to draw perpendicular bisector, and then finally you get the last vertex, joining which completes the construction. Okay, so let's start with the construction. Step 1, we have to draw the base. Base is given to be 7.4 centimeters. Notice the difference is 2.7. So you need to pull down the ruler so that there is a lot of room on the upper end. Okay, so that the lines they meet. Fine, and angle is 45 degrees. Let's keep it till here. Now draw the base, that is 7.4 centimeters. So here we draw 7.4 centimeters till here. Okay, label it. This is YZ, 7.4 centimeters. Okay, and we have to draw the angle next. So with the help of protector, I'm going to draw 45 degrees. 10, 20, 30, 40. So 45 is over here. All right. So we join and extend. Join Y to this point and extend. All right. This won't. Okay. It's done. Draw arrowhead like this. This angle is 45 degrees. So we are done with base. We are done with angle. Next, we have to mark the difference. So with the help of ruler, place the steel point on 0. And what is the difference? The difference is 2.7 centimeters. So measure 2.7 in the compass like this. And without changing the distance, you have to mark. Yeah, you have to place the steel point on Y and then mark 2.7 centimeters arc over here like this. Okay, what is the next step? We have to join this point to the other end and bisect it. So maybe we can label this as A. This is not X, this is point A. And now we have to bisect it. So bisect AZ. Okay, taking more than half distance like this. And now we have to draw perpendicular bisector. So fix the distance. Why? Because we have to draw 4 arcs with the same distance. So draw arcs on each end. Okay, students, draw arcs on each end. One on this side, one on the other end. Place the steel point on point Z and now cross out the arcs like this. Okay, let's try to cross out the other arc also. Like this. Okay, so notice we have crossed out these two arcs and now joining them, join and extend, right? So let me first join it to this side and now we can extend it over, extend it nicely up so that it intersects the 45-degree angle somewhere. Okay, maybe I'll just try to pull it up properly. Yes, so this point is point X. Okay, let's join now. So joining this point X to point Z gives us the triangle. Which is the correct answer? This one, X, Y, Z. This is your actual triangle. Okay, the red one is your actual triangle, X, Y, Z. That completes the construction. Okay, you can always do the verification. So what are the steps? First the base, then the angle, mark the difference. Once you mark the difference, you have to draw a perpendicular bisector and of course mention this is perpendicular, this is the bisector. Okay, and finally wherever this perpendicular bisector meets the 45-degree angle, there are two lines only. So joining these two lines, you get the vertex, third vertex, and join it to the other remaining end. That completes the construction. Okay. And now one last problem. Okay, you can take this as homework. Okay, you can take this as homework. I'll just give you some hints. So construct a right angle triangle. Now right angle triangle means one angle will be 90 degree whose perimeter is equal to 10 centimeters. So we are given the perimeter that is 10 centimeters and one acute angle that is 60 degrees. So one angle is 60 degrees. Now they have not mentioned any name of the triangle. So when you draw a rough diagram, you can label it as per your choice. Maybe you can label it as ABC. Okay. Maybe you can label it as ABC. The base angles are given, two angles are given, and the perimeter is given, right? So clearly these two angles should be the base angles. So when you are drawing the rough diagram, be very careful because 90 degrees mentioned and I can't draw a triangle like this where the base angles don't look like 90 degrees. So here I'm going to quickly change it up. Okay, so this has to be something like, maybe I'll draw it here. One angle is 90 degrees. Now label it. This is triangle ABC. One angle is 90 degree and other is 60 degrees. And we are given the perimeter that is AB plus BC plus AC is given to be 10 centimeters. This is type 3 construction where we are given the perimeter. And what are the steps? Step 1, we have to draw the base. That is, we have to draw the perimeter first. Then half of the angles. Okay, wherever the angles meet, label that point. That is the vertex. And then draw perpendicular bisectors. Drawing the perpendicular bisectors, you get the other two remaining vertices on the base, right? And joining the correct points, you get the triangle. Okay, that completes the construction for type 3. So what have we seen today? We saw extra questions where we started with drawing out, or we started with checking how to draw angle bisector, that is bisecting an angle. So draw out the angle first and the arcs, you have to draw 2 arcs on each arm, and then from these 2 arcs you have to draw another 2 arcs so that you get the perpendicular, so that you get the angle bisector. Next question was on how to bisect a line segment. Bisect means you have to draw perpendicular bisector. Okay, and then simple questions are there which are not of any type, that is sum is not given, difference is not given, perimeter is also not given. Very simple and basic things are given. Okay, so this is some construction which you have done in earlier classes also. 3 things are given, maybe 2 sides, 2 angles are given, or maybe 3 sides are given. So these type of questions are of 2 marks. Okay, very basic questions, your fundamentals. Okay, so try to start with always with the base, then the angle, and whatever third side is given, you have to mark it. Okay, then we saw the 3 type of construction. First, we saw the sum type of problem where the sum is given. Second, we saw the difference type of problem. The difference where we have to first identify whether it is on the upper end or the lower end, correct? Then we saw the perimeter type of question. Okay, where sum of the 3 sides and 2 angles are given, and 1 question I have given you as homework, okay, which is of type 3. So that's all in today's class. I hope you enjoyed the class and you all have done the constructions also. Have a nice day, everyone. Thank you for joining.